Interstitial, in between, invisible, dirty unmentionables, those out of sight, out of mind things, connective tissue, connecting us, making life possible in our modern desert city. We love to hate the freeway, but boy, do we need it bad. It gets me from point A to point B. However disassociated it makes me. Careening, cruising, jammed in gridlock. Is that LA? No, that's Phoenix too, by the way. And yet, that connective tissue is so important to me, makes my life easier and your life easier. How is it that in this bottom picture, a hydropower electric plant that powers 150 homes also doubles as a fancy chic photo op for me and my gals? How is it that art and infrastructure combine and together make an amazing urban outdoor living room? First, let me check in with everybody and humor me if you will here. I believe we are the people of a new economy. And let me ask you, look around this room, tell me, raise of hands here. How many people know somebody who lost their home, lost their job, been unemployed, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of paying more bills and your income is the same or lower? We are humbled. We are absolutely humbled, and we need our social lives and our community vitality to embrace us and to make this life softer and more humane and more palatable. And when we look, people gravitate towards this kind of stuff. They crave social interaction intuitively. We crave it. And when we put a patch of grass next to a canal, top left picture by the way, people find that grass irresistible. Even next to the sign that says, "Don't go near my grass." And by the way, that's Scottsdale waterfront. Not just a little piece of grass, it's actually a pedestrian pathway, park-like thing, next to commercial, residential, and retail properties is an opportunity to mix and mingle along a grass-like promenade. And guess what? Most people don't know what to do when they get there, because they're not spending money. And if we observe people more, what we notice, however, is they love to rub elbows with strangers. That's actually a technical term. We love to take our photo with a thing, says, "I was there." It's my I was there moment, bottom right-hand picture. Love to try out new things, called circus yoga, bottom left. And me and my boys checking out art in downtown Scottsdale, hanging out with the horse sculpture. Whether it's by accident, because most people engaging with public art actually are involuntary audience, as in walking along, "Holy cow, what's that? Didn't mean to see art, you just inflicted it on me," but that's okay. Thought it was kind of cool looking, want to get my picture with it. And on a bigger citywide scale, we have an issue. The issue is these interstitial in-between places are actually extremely important to us, yet we don't really notice. And those of us on the other side, the administrators, the artists, architects, designers, fancy people who call themselves planners, okay? It's not just our job to say, hey, this stuff is important. Let's turn your gaze toward it. Actually, Robert Smithson, who doesn't know who Robert Smithson is? Do I need to tell you? Okay. Artist. Dead. Okay, good. Famous. He said it is actually everyone's job and everyone's responsibility to create and acknowledge value all around us. That's what this talk about is tonight. That's what everybody's talks are about. So here we are looking at images of a freeway corridor imbued with an atmospheric meaning, causing that path to actually have a social connection, awakening the motorist driving through. Also, by the way, it also tells you you're in Scottsdale super fancy, right? And then, as well, the other three photos, amazing, you see, canal, architecture, articulated in different ways. And sometimes, I'm not embarrassed to say, that we are actually constructing experiences for people. I admit it. I know it doesn't seem spontaneous and natural, but it happens every day all around us. Yes, Cycle the Arts bike ride. Guess what? It's a free bike ride showing you art and cool stuff around downtown Scottsdale. And you know what? There is an authenticity to that people crave. They crave that authenticity to mingle and mix and wander around and learn something new. And additionally, of course, on the two right-hand photos there are at Scottsdale Waterfront. It is our job, as Bob was saying earlier, every single person's job to take advantage of our public spaces, the private spaces, the awesome coffee shops, because we can only build them. And when we try out new ideas, for example, the Solari Bridge and Plaza, or Fausto Fernandez's three-dimensional painting on the water, the best we are doing is creating a portal for which everyone else will create their own interpretations of that place. And believe me, people love unique experiences. They love free cultural events, like the tradition where 25 guys on dirty, by the way, guys, dirty, sweaty, dusty cowboys, ride into town with mail, real mail for the postmaster, every single year. They love to explore and question and ask questions and do it together. We love to do things together. We love to ask questions and figure things out. This event here actually was designed to demystify what the heck happens at our canals. And at a minute 25, boy, am I going to whip you through the rest of these pictures. That's okay, there's only a couple more. Demystify what happens at these canals. Guess what? The ancient Hohokam made up this canal system that we thought was pretty darn good. I'm not going to tell you anything else, but the next time you realize you're driving over a canal, first of all, congratulations, you realized it was there. Second of all, contemplate the idea of finding that canal again, or another canal, taking a walk along the canals. Find your public art that happens along the canals. City of Scottsdale, City of Tempe, City of Mesa, Glendale, Phoenix, of course. Along our 131 miles of canals, we are seeing more and more pedestrian paths and more public art, because guess what? That's our living room. And imagine creating a new kind of dialogue, and yep, contemporary art can happen in public art, can happen in public spaces. A new kind of dialogue where we actually engage the airspace overhead and give a vertical expression to canals that tend to be very unmemorable horizontally. And lastly, in my last 3 seconds, I would like to blow your minds now. This is Indian Bend Wash, the largest project in the history of Scottsdale's renovations to the Indian Bend Wash. And there is what I believe will become Scottsdale's most important recent significant artworks along there, and I ask you, will people be curious, and eventually will the patina of time encourage us, and through word of mouth, and encourage us to add this to the bike path loop, or add this as a destination to find where the best picnic spot in Scottsdale is. And I'm not going to tell you where, but it's here. Thank you.